Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. Peace be on you all. I pray that you're all blessed with good health and happiness. Ameen. Welcome back to Naila'z journey. As you can see, I'm not at home. I am at the hospital. I hope you can hear me clearly. I'm in a ward at Watford General Hospital, and I wanted to provide you with an update of what's been happening over the past few days. So today is Thursday, the 24th of October, and for a couple of days I was struggling with breathing, and my tummy had been swollen quite a lot, and I couldn't lie down even at a reclined position, and I kept feeling suffocated, and every time I've moved to do anything, I would start to struggle to breathe. I start coughing, so I had to stay still, and that wasn't great. I called my Macmillan nurse at Mount Vernon, who advised that if I'm struggling, I should go to the hospital. At the same time, was in contact with my Rennie hospice nurse, who said they will try and change the tablets to help me with the breathing, and that should help me. So we decided I'll try the tablets first to see if they'll help me with the breathing, and take it from there. But a day later, obviously my tablets hadn't still been sorted out, so my condition was getting worse. So I rang the Red Alert nurse that has been allocated to me at Mount Vernon, and she advised that I need to come to the hospital straight away. So yesterday, on Wednesday, I went into the hospital at Mount Vernon at 11 o'clock. I was in a very bad state. I was struggling just too much. When I got there, obviously I was seen by the on-call oncologist registrar, who obviously said and checked me and said there is a lot of fluid build up in the lungs. She can hear it when she was tapping me, and she can clearly see that there's obviously fluid in the liver and the tummy as well. So they need to speak to my lead oncologist and get advice as to what to do next. So once they were in touch with my doctor Miles, who's my main oncologist, he advised that the fluid needs to be drained from the lungs, and it needs to be done from the lungs at the moment. Once they release the fluid from the lungs, it will ease off automatically the pressure from the other areas. Apart from that, I was also having a bad day in terms of the way the doctors were communicating with me. The on-call registrar, nice doctors, there was two ladies, and they were really nice, but so the registrar, she wanted to ask some questions, and the way she asked me, she said that I want to ask you some difficult questions, and straight away I thought, okay, what would those difficult questions be? So she said, have you thought about the future? And I said, what do you mean? She said, I understand you have 3 young kids, and I want to ask if you thought what you would like to do if something goes wrong, or because you know your condition, you can see what's happening. So have you thought about it? And straight away I started crying. I felt that they've given up on me. So I said, what do you mean? Are you stopping my treatment? She said, no, we just want to ask if something happens, gets worse, what have you thought? And then my husband clicked on and said, are you asking about DNR, do not resuscitate me? She said yes. And it took her so long to beat behind the bushes and make me so much upset, and make me think that they're going to stop my treatment, that I felt so broken, that I want to stay positive, and these people are making me weak. So I want to tell you also that that I had to make a very hard decision, which I did 2 weeks ago. And I did sign a DNO order with the hospital and my hospice and my GP, which basically means that when my time comes and I stop breathing, whenever that time will be, by the will of Allah, if I stop breathing, they will not resuscitate me because of the bone cancer and the condition I have. If they try to resuscitate me, they will only damage me more, and I will end up being on machines and life support, and I don't want to be a cabbage. I don't want my family to see me like a cabbage. I want to go strong, whenever it may be. So if it's whenever Allah has decided that time is, I'd like to just take it and just go with it. So I had to sign that. It was hard, but I've done it, and so now everyone is aware of it. So that was cleared with that doctor after all that palaver. But I felt broken for a while, and with that broken feeling, I also felt at the same time, am I being ungrateful to my creator for feeling like this? That okay, it seems like the doctors have given up, so I should be giving up too. So but obviously my husband then explained to me it's natural to think, you know, to feel like that, because someone says something to you and then you feel you're being ungrateful, but you're not being ungrateful. I've submitted to Almighty, and that's it. But it's nothing wrong with feeling like that. Then from Mount Vernon, obviously the drain fluid can only be done at Watford General Hospital. I've got moved from it with an ambulance, and when I got moved by an ambulance, I came to the resus department at Watford General Hospital, and there I met another doctor, a young doctor, who also made me feel really bad. he made me feel worse and broken once again. He was so hyperactive. I don't understand why. He was so hyper. But obviously, he's not a cancer specialist. He was a lung specialist. And I'm talking, and he doesn't know anything about the liver. And suddenly he starts saying, do you know where this is going? Do you know what's happening to your body? Do you know where this is all going to take you? Your body's basically deteriorating. So, in science terms, this is called decompensation. Your body is decompensating. And my husband didn't understand that, but I did. And when he went away, I just started crying, and I said, what is wrong with these doctors? Can't they just shut up and stop spreading this negativity? He is not my oncologist. There is a certain way to communicate to your patient. I know I'm just a statistic. I am just another patient in a hospital, but I am human. I know you don't want to be emotionally attached to me, but there is a way to communicate information to a patient. There is some things you should or shouldn't say. It's the same way that I was treated back in August when I was being given information in dibs and drabs, where first I was told it's liver metastasis, and then I got told, as you know, you've got the cancer is in the bone, as you know, the cancer is in the lungs. I was being put in that same position again, or as you know, you're deteriorating, as you know, you're decompensating. It was ridiculous. So, like, half of my day yesterday was just spent crying and feeling broken and feeling like, is it time to give up? And then obviously I told myself, no, to hell with these people. Okay, they don't know anything. Even the doctor can tell me today I've got 3 months or whatever. But no, only Allah knows how long I have. And I keep praying to Allah, no matter how long you give me, just make it easy for me, whatever you give me. Make it easy for me, make it easy for my family, make it easy for everyone who's connected to me. So, and then the pep talk from my husband also just lifts me up every time. Praying to Allah lifts me. It gives me comfort when I bow down to the Almighty. And having that affirming faith that no one can control anything but Him. So then I've got moved to a purple ward from recess, and the purple ward I was surrounded by nice patients, very quiet than before, and very nice nurses. I had to have a CT scan of my chest and my abdomen to show, to see how much fluid is there in the lungs and the belly. So that went well, and they were able to see that since my last fluid lung fusion that was done on 20th of September, there's a lot more fluid now in the lung, which is why I'm having more problem with breathing. I got put on 15 litre of oxygen yesterday, and gradually it's come down to 4 litre today, alhamdulillah, because I've been breathing well now. They've removed the big mask and they've given me the nasal mask now, so I'm breathing very well. Yesterday they also put me on water pills to help drain as much fluid as possible they can from my tummy as well. So that really helped as well ease off a bit more pressure from my tummy because it was quite swollen. So that really helped as well yesterday. So I was really pleased, alhamdulillah, that it really helped me, and I was able to actually sleep through the night as well, only apart from the times when the nurses were doing the observations. But other than that, I was able to sleep. And yes, and then I woke up in the morning as usual, and today I've had I had to have an MRI of my spine because my lower legs are getting weaker and my spine is hurting more. They wanted to just check how far the cancer is in the spine as well, and if there is any compression as well, but I don't think there is any compression, because when you have a compression issue in the spine, you don't tend to feel you need to go to the toilet. But alhamdulillah, I don't have that issue. So I had that MRI. I'm also being moved to another hospital, but the university or it's called UCH. In London, basically. It's in Euston. It's about a 45-minute drive from Watford to that hospital, where they specialise in the lungs, and they will be draining the fluid. I was given two options. One option was to drain the fluid at this Watford General Hospital by the respiratory clinician, but it only has a 50% chance success rate because they've drained the fluid before and it accumulated more, so it will come back again, and they don't want to keep doing that. The other option was to have a surgically procedure, which is done by the surgeons at UCH, and they is done under obviously local anesthetic, and is done under local anesthetic, and there is camera assisted, and what they do is they obviously drain all the fluid and then also use powder to make sure that the fluid does not build again, and it has a 90% success rate. So the oncologists has decided to go with the surgical procedure instead of the other one because of the success rate, and because they don't want to keep putting more needles in and having the fluid keep on building. So they decided that. So alhamdulillah, that's a good option for me. So that will mean that I won't have to keep on having the breathing issue and being admitted over and over again. So I've been referral was done to the hospital. It's been approved. I'm just waiting for a bed. So when the bed becomes available, an ambulance will come and take me. So it's obviously night time here. It's 9:30, so it's not really going to be happening tonight, I don't think. So tomorrow, I pray it's tomorrow, because the sooner they do the procedure, the better it is for me to be at more ease. And it'll be good for me. I also had an MRI of the spine, which I told you, but this time the good thing was that I was able to do it without taking any sedatives. I wasn't allowed to take any sedatives, so I had to prepare my mind to be able to stay in that position in the machine. I was really panicked because I've started to panic now. I get panic attacks when I think about the MRI machine. So when they did lie me down originally, twice I started crying because when I lied down, I had to be flat, and the pressure then built up again on my belly, and I felt I'm going to suffocate again. So I had to get up for twice, and the third attempt was when they lifted my they put cushion under my legs, and then they gave me a bit of a lift under my neck as well. Then I became comfortable, and the most important thing was that I just kept praising Allah and remembering Allah and saying, please get me through this as you've done so far. I closed my eyes and just kept saying Allah's name and praising Allah, and I managed to stay in that machine for half an hour, and I didn't even realize it was over until they came and took the earplugs out of my ears. It was alhamdulillah a good day today, and before I go to bed I wanted to just do this video and upload it for you so you know what's happening. And once I've had the procedure at UCH and whatever happens next, I will update you on that as well. So please keep on praying for me and keep on praying that I just keep getting through this. And I keep praying for you all that may Allah always reward you for all your good deeds that you do, for all the prayers that you're doing for me, and anything that you're doing because I've inspired you, all the changes that you're making in yourself because of me. I want to thank you as well for making those changes in yourself and making me feel that I am actually helping someone, and whatever I'm doing is helping someone make their life better. So thank you for being part of my journey, and I hope that journey continues for as long as I can. So stay blessed, keep smiling, keep praying, look after yourself always, and I'll be back with more.